Welcome back, Fred in the Shed, and in this video we'll be looking closely and testing this very small LED light that fits on your smartphone. These can be found incredibly cheap on eBay. I paid £1.47 delivered, so it's less than $2, €1.60, something like that. Now you might want to ask, why do I need a second light on my phone? My phone's already got a built-in LED flashlight. Well, it has, but sometimes those lights can be very sort of harsh when you're trying to take a photo or even video. So the idea is you add a second light to sort of give you a much wider spread and more like a sort of an ambient fill-in light, and hopefully improve the dynamics of your video or photo. Well, that's the theory anyway, but we'll be testing that in a minute. But let's see what comes in the box. Now, firstly, there is a charging lead because this little light has its own built-in battery, so it's not going to draw the battery on your mobile phone, which I think is sort of quite a good thing. And we got the light itself. It's very, very light. There's not much to it. There's just two switches. One switch on the side is on and off, and then the other one is a dimmer, just sort of high, low, and medium power. Just switching it on here under a bright studio light, you can see it's quite powerful actually. It does sort of seem to shine quite a nice sort of white light, so it'll be interesting to test that in a moment. So this is designed to fit on a phone. Now, I'm using a sort of slightly older iPhone 5 here. Now on my phone the camera is at the top and my 3.5mm jack is at the bottom, so when I plug this light in it's probably not ideal in relation to the camera lens, but I suppose at least it's at the opposite side to the phone's built-in floodlight. When looking at some of the instructions, which by the way are hilarious pidgin English, which you get that with Chinese, but the important bit is it does say that the multi 3.5mm jack that goes into your phone is also a hot shoe, which means that the light should fire in synchronicity to the flash on your smartphone. And that could be sort of quite handy, so I thought I would give that a test now. I went into my sort of phone and there's no settings to turn on a hot shoe, but I couldn't get it to fire. And even if I sort of switched it on and then sort of used the camera itself on the phone, it didn't seem to make any difference. So that probably is a little bit of a foul, but maybe that's just on my smartphone 5. But what is quite useful is as we zoom in to the cluster of sort of LEDs on this light itself, they have actually taken the time to use white and warm LEDs in the sort of same board, which should give you quite a nice balanced ambient light. So I think that deserves a thumbs up on its own. Okay, time to move on for the testing. Now I've got it plugged into the bottom of my iPhone 5 here. Now bearing in mind this is supposed to be a fill-in light, it's not supposed to be a replacement sort of light for your phone, but I guess if your phone's light is broken then maybe it can be used that way. So this is how it looks in this little room here with the lights completely turned off. As you can see, it is very, very dark. This recording is taken with the phone's built-in floodlight, how you would normally sort of take a video at night time. And yeah, it looks okay, it doesn't look sort of too bad. But now we're going to switch on the additional sort of floodlight. And yeah, I was really quite impressed with this. It really did throw some sort of light around and made quite a difference. So it wasn't until you switched it off again, like now, you can sort of realise how much sort of brighter the image is when the floodlight is turned on. Quite impressed. And finally, this clip, we're just going to use the flood-in light itself. Start off on low power, it is pretty dim to be honest, and then we shoot up to medium power, and then finally full power. And I would say at full power it's probably got the same looms as the phone's built-in sort of flashlight, so it is perfectly usable, and it could be a replacement if maybe the light on your phone has malfunctioned. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, what can I say? It works. It works actually better than I sort of thought it would. It certainly was very sort of bright in a dark sort of situation. I mean, £1.47 delivered I paid on eBay. I have seen it cheaper than that. I've seen it as low as 99p, but I'm not sure if that is the exact sort of the same model. I'll leave a link to my seller in the description. But like I said, if perhaps maybe your phone, if the little LED lamp has failed and you're having trouble in sort of dim and dark conditions for your phone to grab focus, because they do tend to hunt in low light, this could be quite a little addition to you. This could sort of get you out of trouble and just help you sort of shoot some video and pictures perhaps in low light. So yeah, I mean, totally works. What can I say? I will give it the full Thread in the Shed there thumbs up. You can't really sort of go wrong. Anyway, as always, I'd like to say cheers. Thanks for your view time. It's always appreciated. If you haven't already done so, please consider giving me a subscription. I do appreciate that. And also at the end, I'll leave a couple of cards that will pop up to other videos that I've done which you might be interested, and perhaps you want to have a quick look at that, and I would appreciate that as well. But as for now, as always, cheers, thanks for watching, stay safe, and of course I'll catch you all on the next one.